Disclaimer, this podcast is not real in any way. There are no werewolves in Denver, and we are not pathogen or disease experts. Hello everyone, my name is Jason Sanger, and this is the Jason Podcast. Today our guest's name is Audrey Pulliam. Now, Audrey is a good friend of mine, and she is an expert on this new disease we are seeing emerge here in Denver called the red wolf virus, better known as the red wolf. Audrey, can you tell us a little bit about the red wolf?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jason. So basically, the red wolf disease is a virus that is spread through a scratch or bite of an infected person. This really doesn't make any biological sense because we still don't know how the virus is transmittable through a scratch. But we know that it is.
Okay. So it sounds like this disease is pretty similar to the fabled werewolf.
Yeah, the symptoms of the infection are physical growth, long hair all over the body, claws, and a tail, and a dog-like head.
So it really is just werewolves.
Yes, but it's an actual infection and not just a legend. The problem with this virus, though, is that it's only activated when there is a red moon.
What's a red moon?
It's the same thing as a blood moon. The red moon is a lunar eclipse, which means that the moon is on the opposite side of the earth from the sun.
So why would a lunar eclipse activate a virus? And why would the virus not just turn people into red wolves all the time?
That's something that we still just don't know. And the virus doesn't kill anyone, which may be because it lies dormant when there isn't a red moon. But basically, the disease just turns the infected into red werewolves for about half an hour and a half.
Fascinating. It is cool to know that it's basically cosmetic. Also, tonight's a red moon, meaning that the red wolves will be around. So far, we have only seen one out in the open here in Denver, and it was killed by a mob. That was 2 blood moons ago, and who knows how many it had infected. Luckily, we didn't see any red wolves during the last blood moon, which was about 7 months ago. It's a good thing that we are here in my studio in my house in Denver. The red wolves won't be able to get us in here.
Yeah, I estimate there may be about 100 people in Denver right now that are infected.
Wow. So if there are 100 red wolves here, then why didn't we see any during the last red moon?
Well, Jason, because the one thing that we did see was killed. And that was an example of what happens to red wolves, so the rest of them just hid. This is also the reason that we know very little about this disease. People just don't want to admit that they've caught it.
That's definitely eye-opening. Now that I think about it, I wouldn't admit to having it if I did either.
Me neither. But at the same time, if everyone got the red wolf, then nobody would have to worry about hiding. And then the red wolves would be the new normal.
That's an oddly pro-red wolf view you got there. Now that I think about it, you know an awful lot about this for a disease that nobody can study. How do you know all this? I thought that everyone with the disease hides, so how could you possibly have found all this out?
Well, that's the thing, Jason. Because I am one.
Oh, I gotta get out of here.
You won't!
No, this isn't happening. That night, over 10,000 people were infected with the red wolf disease. There were no human casualties, but there were plenty of dead red wolves. The red wolf would go on to spread to the rest of the world until there were no people left without it. The world still turns as it once did, and people's lives go on the same as they once did. Just without the mobs, and without the red wolf hunts. And once in a red moon, everyone is ugly and hairy. If we look at the rest of the problems in this world, is that really so bad?